Viewer discretion is advised.
Being a police officer for nearly 10 years, James has experienced the worst the job can offer. One day, he was assigned to investigate an area with a partner. It was just a simple investigation. A couple people went missing in the vicinity, but something about the case unsettled him deeply. Why were the cars still running while empty? It's a densely forested area. Where could the passengers have gone to? What lurks within the forest? It was a long and dark night. It had been 4 hours. James and his partner were investigating the case en route. Suddenly, a vintage-looking car sped up from behind and caught up to them. They couldn't see the driver's face even though James shone his flashlight on the car. Before they could do anything, the driver extended his hand out through the window. It turned, and on it, there were 2 human eyes staring right at them. James had seen it all, or so he thought, and at that moment, he knew he couldn't have been more wrong. Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today, we bring you a SCP Foundation Euclid Class Object SCP-3470. SCP-3470, also known as Harry Potter's Revenge, is a predatory organism that relies on mimicry in its hunts and its prey, humans. 3470 specifically mimic the appearance of cars of vintage model, with a driver whose face is obscured by the perpetually fogged windshield. When hunting prey, it will extend the driver's left hand and make driving signals. On its palm, there are 2 human eyes embedded on it, and they appear to react and operate the same way as normal human eyes. 3470 is a nocturnal hunter. It patrols roadways and its territory, which overlaps part of Cibola National Forest in New Mexico, in search of solitary cars. Once it identifies a prey, it will catch up to them, pass them, and then force them to slow down and stop with hand gestures. Before it attacks, 3470 will rotate the hand so its prey can see its palm, as well as the eyes embedded on them. It is still unclear what purpose the eyes serve in hunting their prey. That is as far as the Foundation knows about its hunting behavior. As for its method of attack and consumption of prey remain a mystery. There were reports of empty automobiles with engines still running and the passengers were nowhere to be found. All these reports share 2 things in common. The same tire tracks were mentioned, and there were blue specks of paint on trees surrounding the missing person's cars. 2 police officers were dispatched to the area for investigation and disappeared in a similar manner. However, at the time of their disappearance, they were still in radio contact with other officers, and the description of 3470 has caught the Foundation's attention, especially the hand of the driver. And thus an investigation was conducted by the Foundation. 2 D-Class personnel, dubbed D01 and D13, were assigned to investigate 3470. They were dispatched at dusk in an off-road vehicle to attract the attention of 3470. The mission was to look for 3470, and once it appears, shoot it with piercing rounds which were modified to include GPS beacon so it can be tracked. It was getting dark fast as they cruised along the road. Soon, they observed a car's lights in the distance. As they moved closer, the car changed its direction so that it was driving along the same road as them. Follow that vehicle. Get closer to it. D13, get ready to shoot the vehicle if necessary, said command. They accelerated to catch up to the unidentified vehicle, which in turn appeared to be slowing down. As it got closer, the D-Class's vehicle headlights illuminated the vehicle properly. It was a turquoise color car of a vintage model. Upon quick inspection, they couldn't find the license plate or any means of identification aside from the car's model and color. Through the apparently foggy interior of the car, they could only see that there was only the driver in it. Suddenly, the car stopped abruptly about 20 meters away from the D-Class, forcing them to brake sharply. "Whoa, what the? Learn how to drive, man!" he yelled. A hand extended from the driver's side of the car and made a stop hand gesture. "Little too late for that now, isn't it?" And slowly, the hand rotated and showed a pair of human eyes on the palm. They darted around and blinked once, then shifted its attention to the D-Class. "That's the anomaly. Tag it," But before D13 could point his rifle at the car, it began to reverse, leaving D01 no choice but to reverse as well. D13 leaned out of the window and took shots at the anomaly, but the bumpiness of the road severely affected his aim. All the while, 3470's hand remained outside the car window, making a stop hand gesture, the eyes fixed intently on the D-Class. With the mission held with the utmost importance, the command ordered D01 to slow down so D13 could hit the anomaly. "No way I'm slowing down. I'm not about to let it catch up to us and find out what the hell it's gonna do to us," yelled D01 as he stepped on the pedal with all his might. Eventually, after some time of pursuit, D13 managed to hit 3470 twice. The anomaly emitted a loud screeching sound like a car performing an emergency brake and slowed down. D01 did not, however. And soon, 3470's lights slowly faded into the distance and disappeared completely from view. After that, having accomplished their mission, the D-Class drove back to the base without a scratch, and conversation as well. The investigation did not end there, as D13 proved to be a decent marksman. He had successfully tagged 3470 with the GPS beacon, which allowed the MTF Lambda 12 to track it to its nest. Its pattern of movement suggested that 3470 only comes out at night, as the beacon stayed consistently at the same location while the sun was up. Soon, a 6-man Lambda 12 team was dispatched to investigate the nest. The nest was a small cave in a forest near where D01 and D13 encountered 3470. They set up near the nest and monitored the beacon signal. As the sun set, the beacon moves away from the location of the cave. 3470 was out for a hunt. They moved towards the cave quickly. While L5 and L6 remained on watch outside, the rest of the team proceeded into the cave. The interior of the cave smelled like feces and diesel, unpleasant smells that hinted at biological and industrial activities, and maybe the anomaly's diet. As they advanced, L3 accidentally stepped into a scat pile. Although disgusted, he shone his flashlight on the pile. Among the dark black goopy mess, several small white fragments were poking out of it. They realized that those were in fact human bones. What's more, they have also found a police badge among the bones. The team advanced deeper and deeper into the cave, until finally they came upon a clutch of eggs. They could see a 4-legged organism trying to wriggle in the eggs through its translucent shells. They collected the half of the egg, and half of them were incinerated by L1 with his flamethrower. As they were leaving, 3470 came into view and blocked the entrance at the exit of the cave. L1 anxiously contacted command, but received no reply. In front of them, 3470 was revving its engine furiously, as if it was preparing to run into them in full speed. At that moment, the anomaly's hand appeared from the driver's side window, and its eyes blinked repeatedly at the squad. L3 immediately emptied his rifle's magazine at the hand, and one of the tranquilizer darts found its mark and hit 3407 squarely in its right eye. The dart must have caused intense pain to the anomaly, as it made an ear-piercing screeching sound and then reversed out of the cave. As the squad exited the cave, L5 and L6 were missing. Not a single trace of them were found anywhere near the location. But before they returned to base, the team realized something. Wasn't 3470 supposed to be, turquoise, right? That one was black. That could mean one thing. Either 3470 was able to mimic and change its color and potentially the model of car or even different objects, or that there were more than just one entity of 3470. Or maybe both. Before we end this video, we are proud to present these incredibly sweet pieces of fan art. A big thank you to all of you. You can now send us your fan art, and we will be more than happy to show off your best art piece in our next video. Check out our description below on how to submit. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Which SCP do you want to see in the next video, and why it is interesting? Let us know in the comment below. We will draw your story and share it with the world. Don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Please share it to your friends if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!